Yo, what's going on, big family? What's happening? It's your dog, the Ultra Melanite, coming to you live and direct once again from Charleston, South Carolina, aka the Holy City. And today we are going to be discussing the origins of the Geechee Gullah culture, namely the Chicora Indians. We know that there's a lot of misinformation going around about the Gullah culture, namely a lot of people trying to say that our culture originated in Africa, when in fact the Gullah culture originated right here in the southeastern United States. There are more elements of indigenous American culture within the Gullah community than there is African culture. And it's also funny to us that the people who try to educate y'all about the Gullah culture do so without even teaching y'all about the Chicora Indians. Be honest. How much of y'all viewers out there today have ever heard of the Chicora Indians? Probably not many, because these people are in the process of being written out of history. They are our ancestors. You dig? So we're here to give y'all just a little rundown, little information on it, since there's not much information that's really written down that you can find about it. Only thing we can tell you is that the Chicora were the people that inhabited this area when the Spanish arrived in the early 1500s. They already had their culture, and they were already a dominant nation. They were powerful, and they were labeled as a warrior class. All right. Now, I know they would like to tell you that these group of people died off, but they did not. They exist this day. To this day, they survive through us, the Gullah culture, because, like I said, these people help make the foundation of what we call the Gullah culture. So you can't teach the Gullah without teaching the actual origins of the people, which for us, of what we found, it starts with the Chicora in the early 1500s. So it'd be hard to go back any further than that, since we don't even know what language these people spoke, or they probably did not have a written language or phonetic written language like we do to this day. You dig? All right. So when we talk the culture of the Chicora people, we got to understand, or we got to assume that they ate fish, shrimp, crabs, because they were a river culture. These things were readily available to them. We know that they had rice. We know that they ate grits. They had pancakes. We know that they smoked their meats, and that they made soups out of them, like lima beans and rice, or collard greens and rice. We put rice with everything down here. And what's significant about that to us is the fact that that's what we consider soul food, southern food, or so-called black food. The so-called Native Americans don't eat that food, right? So I think that that's part of the culture that's still resolved for us, and the evolution into what we call the Geechee Gullah culture. Cool. So you're probably asking yourself the next question is, well, what happened to the Chicora people? And in short, assimilation happened to the Chicora people. You had the Spanish coming in, and you had the English coming in. And after a while, our people started to pick sides, and they broke up, or they were identified as smaller groups, such as the Waccamaw, the Wassamasaw, the Etowah, the Yuchi, the Utah, the Kiowa, and many, many other groups, all right? Eventually, they formed into what we now know as the Yamasee and the Seminole Indians, and from there we progressed into the culture that we now know of as the Geechee Gullah culture. So that was the progression of the culture. Hopefully y'all got that in a nutshell. I just told y'all how it went from the Chicora and to the individual tribes and to these nations such as the Yamasee and the Seminole, and how as these nations dissolved, we retained a portion of that, and it's called the Geechee Gullah culture. That's where it's come from. So one more question we're going to answer for y'all is, why do people think that the Geechee Gullah culture is from Africa? And in short, it's because your oppressor wrote your history. They told you that you came from Africa so that they can have access to your land, and that you would not know who you are. You won't be able to identify yourself. That's a very crucial part of war. If I make you not able to identify yourself, you defeated before the war even started. You dig what I'm saying? Cool. And then reason number two, I would say, is because you got to understand that our people also helped to free some of the African slaves when they were brought here. Those Africans look a lot like us, and they look like they needed help. So our people got on, and we fought the colonists, and we freed a lot of the Africans. And of course, anything of value that these Africans can offer to our culture, we probably accepted it. Now, if you ask me what exactly those things are, I can't tell you, because most of the elements that I find from our culture are indigenous to the southeastern United States. But I digress. The whole purpose of this is to show you is that we were not brought over here on any slave ships, that our culture is unique to us, and it has been here for thousands of years. Our people have been here. We still survive to this day. I hope y'all enjoy the presentation. If y'all stay with us a little bit longer, we went out to the Chicora Cherokee Neighborhood. I want to give a special thanks out to the O.S.B. Mugga Man for letting us come in his hood and shoot a couple of areas in the hood. Ricc Banks and Young Rose G for letting me do a little interview with them out there on the money making. So we did a little interview out there in the Chicora Cherokee Neighborhood. If you got a couple of minutes, stay out. I know the audio kind of bad. We had some bad equipment when we were using it. We kind of did it on the whim. The wind's blowing a lot, and please excuse some of the foul language, but we wanted to record things natural. We didn't want anybody to be uncut on any of that. So y'all can see the dialect of the culture. You can see how the people interact, and you can see how they feel about their own neighborhood. Let us know what y'all feel in the comments below. Like I said, give us a shout. You dig? Peace out, Ultra Melanite. Keep on looking for us, baby. Right. Let them boys see the sign, man.
Let them boys see the sign right quick, man. Welcome to Chicora.
You can't talk North Charleston without talking this neighborhood. You can't talk this. What elementary school you went to?
I might just say you can't even see from around, y'all. I'm going from the Chicora, nigga. For real. Downstairs underground, nigga.
Right.
Yeah, kid through 12, nigga.
Right.
Feel me?
That's what's up, baby. Letting y'all know we're gonna take a little ride through the city and let y'all see a little bit more of this real culture out here. Peace out for now, big city. And today we're taking y'all on a little journey through the Chicora Cherokee Neighborhood, one of the foundations of North Charleston. To me, you can't talk North Charleston without talking Chicora Cherokee. You dig what I'm saying? So first we're gonna start with a little history on the city. The Chicora Cherokee were the indigenous group of people that were found here when the colonists arrived in the early 1500s, you dig me? They were one of the foundations of the Geechee culture, and of course they didn't get off any slave ships. So we bringing y'all this culture live and direct from the swamp, showing y'all everything from the music to the food to the woman, everything we got going on, including this gentrification, because this neighborhood might not be young 10 years from now, you dig me? I got with me today Mugga Man, the realest promoter in Charleston, South Carolina. You dig what I'm saying? And it's two little homies, right, Chop? You dig what I'm saying?
Y'all introduce yourselves, man.
Introduce yourselves, homies.
Ricc Banks.
Young G Rose, man, coming straight downtown. Let the green shit.
Indeed.
Them boy out China today. So first I'm gonna start off with Mugga Man. You dig what I'm saying? Let us know a little bit about why they call you the realest promoter in Charleston, South Carolina.
So I came up with that name just to let you know, you know what I'm saying? Ain't shit realer than that, you know what I'm saying? That's the realest promotion. I don't give a fuck about no real network.
Hey.
I don't give a fuck about no real this, real that. It's the realest promotion, you feel me?
Right.
Anything that shit on, nigga, that shit official.
Anything that shit on that shit official, you dig what I'm saying? How you feel about the music around here? You come up around here from day one, right?
Yeah.
From
You know
day
what I'm
one.
saying?
How
You got-
music different from the rest of the world, from the rest, you dig what I'm saying?
Just around here or just in general?
And around, in general, around the world, how our swag different from the rest. Charleston Geechee swag, how our swag different from the rest of the world, you dig me?
You already know, like, this Geechee shit, man, this shit started down here, you know what I'm saying? Like, Charleston, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who's saying that shit, what they saying that shit in or what, you know what I'm saying? That shit started here,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Especially this shit right there, this the make, you know what I'm saying? The money making, that's what that shit stand for. You know what I'm saying? Fuck who don't like that shit, whatever. But we got some hard ass little niggas came around here. We got C-Rob, you know what I'm saying? Soldier, Diesel, you know what I'm saying? Teflon, you know what I'm saying? Low Freak, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like that.
Right.
We got Ricc with me, you know what I'm saying? He upcoming artist now. Low Doubt about to pull up, shit like that. But
Right.
the music, you know what I'm saying?
Who
we just-
producing, who making the beats nowadays around here, man? Who got that swag? Who got that swag, big homie?
all that.
Chief on the beat, man. Chief on the beat, man.
Chief for the beat,
Yeah.
right?
Chief on the beat, you got Drum Guard, you got
Guard,
BB,
period.
you know what I'm saying? You got Baby Breeze, Mossberg, Montana.
All them boy, you right about that.
So, big homie, how you feel about this Geechee culture? You come around here too, let the boy know how we cooking.
Ain't nothing like our lingo. Ain't nothing like us down here, period.
Right. What kind of food we eat, homie?
You know, open beans. Cat food, right? Yeah, barbecue, man, crabs and shit.
Young G Rules, man, what kind of flavor you bringing to the music scene for the Charlie Hill?
Look at the shoes, man. Willie D type shit. You already know what it is.
What you said. They bringing that sauce with the shit, man. They trying to bring some more new shit, you see what I'm saying? Some shit y'all ain't never even hear before, you know what I'm saying? But right now, I just perfect and make crowd.
And we're going to let y'all hear a little bit of the boy music. This how y'all just start with the community, big bro. Yeah,
do this
I
shit
grew up
for real.
right there. I used to stay right there. My auntie died right there.
This what created Mugga Man and the rest of this shit that got going on.
So how y'all feel about the new interstate and all that coming in? What y'all think gonna happen to this neighborhood?
I look at shit like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with Obama being president, Trump, that shit concern us, but that shit don't concern us. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of who the president, what they do, we can't control that shit. We just gotta live for us.
Right.
Day by day, whatever we got to do to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, whatever it is, as long as there's some real shit that you got going on.
So you don't feel no discourse about the family's gonna get moved
I feel
around, yeah.
disrespected for that shit, but you already know.
But ain't shit we can do.
Now I
Dog
gotta
said
get
the
that money
best
and
is a
save
big man's word.
Right. What you say, big homie?
I get that money and save your neighborhood.
Big time, big time. Big homie saying what's real out here. You gotta get that money and save your neighborhood. This shit beautiful to me.
Worth nothing, they ain't got no money coming through.
Nigga, we got a pretty
All
ass
of the
pond
wind,
lake
nigga.
right there. Them boy don't let the bushes grow over that shit. Man, them boy don't give a fuck about that.
This shit's still beautiful. This the swamp, man. You know what I'm saying?
Low country.
With my nigga Ricc Banks, bringing y'all some of this indigenous Charleston flavor, this Charleston culture. Let them boys know where you coming from on the music festival level.
Shit. I just starting off with this shit. I really do freestyling and writing all them shit, man. I just straight from the heart with everything. I keep them shit real. All my shit be about my neighborhood. Red block shit right there with that coming. Grew up right down the street. Yeah, I can 10 around, yeah, I chilly lady, everything, you know, still on date. Shit.
So what you think we can do in the city to bring our people together more, to make us pop, man, you know what I'm saying? Why ain't nobody break from the Charlie O'Neill?
Yeah, got shit like this right here going on.
Right.
Shit like this right there. City Jack. With other cities, they got people who do something supporting each other. Talking to them boys, supporting each other. You know what I'm saying? Them boys got people who putting them boys in studios and shit like that. Yeah, you got shit to say.
Real geeky shit.
Everybody talking about they Geechee Gullah. Ain't none of you Geechee Gullah. You ain't come from down here, nigga.
Right.
Charleston, they from real nigga. Yeah, find something.
Making it
Even
hard
if
for
you
the
doing
money.
positive or
Everything
negative,
we do,
they thinking
we
you
can
bad.
get that shit all we got straight out.
Straight up.
We ain't doing none of that faking, none of that other shit. We in the streets. We doing this shit right there too, but we can balance it all out.
Right.
We gonna make it to the top too, man. Don't
underestimate it.
Don't count me out, cause y'all can see this video. Y'all can be like, damn, look, I see we gonna make it.
Right.
Yeah.
O.S.B. the motherfucking Chicora and shit.
Motherfucking phone, you recording, I recording.
It's good, nigga.
You already know what it is. We right here putting it together. It's for the indigenous culture, baby. Right here. See the plug, Junior, baby. Let them know what it is.
Nigga, do this promotion, grind don't stop.
All right. All day, every day. Sure. That's where it all started at, man.
Dropped this last night too.
Oh. Oh.
What's good, motherfucking OG Jones, nigga? I see you, nigga.